Welcome to the ultimate guide to computer hardware. In this video, we will be discussing everything you need to know about computer hardware. Whether you are a beginner or an expert, this guide will provide you with a comprehensive understanding of computer hardware. First, let's define what computer hardware is. Computer hardware refers to the physical components of a computer system, such as the motherboard, CPU, RAM, hard drive, and graphics card. These components work together to process data and perform tasks. In this segment, we will be discussing the different types of computer hardware and their functions. Let's start with the motherboard. The motherboard is the main circuit board of a computer system. It connects all the other components together and allows them to communicate with each other. The CPU, RAM, and other components are all connected to the motherboard. The CPU, or central processing unit, is the brain of the computer. It processes all the data and instructions that are sent to it by the software. The CPU is responsible for performing calculations, executing instructions, and managing the flow of data. RAM, or random access memory, is the temporary storage space for data that the CPU is currently using. The more RAM a computer has, the more data it can process at once. The hard drive is the permanent storage space for data on a computer. It stores all the files, programs, and operating system of a computer. The size of the hard drive determines how much data can be stored on the computer. The graphics card, or GPU, is responsible for rendering images and videos on the computer. It takes the data from the CPU and converts it into images that can be displayed on the screen. In the next segment, we will be discussing the different types of CPU and their functions. In this segment, we will be discussing the different types of CPU and their functions. There are two main types of CPU, Intel and AMD. Intel CPU are the most popular and widely used CPU in the market. They are known for their high performance and reliability. AMD CPUs, on the other hand, are known for their affordability and value for money. Within each brand, there are different models of CPU that vary in their performance and price. The most common models of Intel CPU are the Core i3, i5, and i7. The Core i3 is the entry-level CPU, while the Core i7 is the high-end CPU. The Core i5 is the mid-range CPU that offers a balance between performance and price. Similarly, the most common models of AMD CPU are the Ryzen 3, 5, and 7. The Ryzen 3 is the entry-level CPU, while the Ryzen 7 is the high-end CPU. The Ryzen 5 is the mid-range CPU that offers a balance between performance and price. When choosing a CPU, it is important to consider your needs and budget. If you're a casual user who only uses the computer for basic tasks such as browsing the internet and using Office applications, an entry-level CPU such as the Core i3 or Ryzen 3 will suffice. However, if you are a power user who uses the computer for demanding tasks such as video editing and gaming, a high-end CPU such as the Core i7 or Ryzen 7 will provide the best performance. In the next segment, we will be discussing the different types of RAM and their functions. In this segment, we will be discussing the different types of RAM and their functions. There are two main types of RAM, DDR3 and DDR4. DDR3 is the older type of RAM and is commonly found in older computers. DDR4 is the new type of RAM and is found in most modern computers. The main difference between DDR3 and DDR4 is their speed. DDR4 is faster than DDR3, which means it can process data more quickly. This results in faster performance and better multitasking capabilities. RAM also comes in different sizes, commonly referred to as capacity. The most common sizes of RAM are 4GB, 8GB, and 16GB. The size of RAM you need depends on your usage. If you're a casual user who only uses the computer for basic tasks, 4GB or 8GB of RAM will suffice. However, if you're a power user who uses the computer for demanding tasks such as video editing and gaming, 16GB of RAM or more will provide the best performance. Another factor to consider when choosing RAM is its frequency, which is measured in megahertz. The higher the frequency, the faster the RAM can process data. However, not all CPUs support high-frequency RAM, so it is important to check the compatibility before purchasing. In addition to DDR3 and DDR4, there are also other types of RAM such as DDR2 and DDR5. DDR2 is an older type of RAM that is rarely used today. DDR5 is a newer type of RAM that is currently in development and is expected to be released in the near future. In the next segment, we will be discussing the different types of hard drives and their functions. In this segment, we will be discussing the different types of hard drives and their functions. There are two main types of hard drives, HDD and SSD. HDD, or hard disk drive, is the older type of hard drive and is commonly found in older computers. SSD, or solid-state drive, is the newer type of hard drive and is found in most modern computers. The main difference between HDD and SSD is their speed. SSD are much faster than HDDs, which means they can load data and applications more quickly. This results in faster performance and better multitasking capabilities. HDD are also cheaper than SSDs, which makes them a popular choice for budget-conscious users. However, if you are a power user who uses the computer for demanding tasks such as video editing and gaming, an SSD will provide the best performance. Another factor to consider when choosing a hard drive is its capacity. The most common sizes of hard drives are 500 GB, 1 TB, and 2 TB. The size of hard drive you need depends on your usage. If you only use the computer for basic tasks such as browsing the internet and using Office applications, a 500 GB hard drive will suffice. However, if you store a lot of files and media, a 1 TB or 2 TB hard drive will provide more storage space. In addition to HDD and SSD, there are also other types of hard drives such as SSHD and NVMe. SSHD, or solid-state hybrid drive, is a combination of HDD and SSD. It combines the large storage capacity of an HDD with the fast performance of an SSD. NVMe, or non-volatile memory express, is a newer type of SSD that is even faster than traditional SSDs. In the final segment, we will be discussing the different types of graphics cards and their functions. In this final segment, we will be discussing the different types of graphics cards and their functions. There are two main types of graphics cards, integrated and dedicated. Integrated graphics cards are built into the CPU and share the computer's RAM. They are suitable for basic tasks such as browsing the internet and using Office applications, but are not suitable for demanding tasks such as gaming and video editing. Dedicated graphics cards, on the other hand, are separate components that are designed specifically for graphics-intensive tasks. They have their own RAM and processing power, which means they can handle demanding tasks such as gaming and video editing. The most common brands of graphics cards are NVIDIA and AMD. NVIDIA graphics cards are known for their high performance and reliability, while AMD graphics cards are known for their affordability and value for money. Within each brand, there are different models of graphics cards that vary in their performance and price. The most common models of NVIDIA graphics cards are the GTX and RTX series. The GTX series is the mid-range graphics card that offers a balance between performance and price, while the RTX series is the high-end graphics card that offers the best performance. Similarly, the most common models of AMD graphics cards are the Radeon RX series. The Radeon RX series is a mid-range graphics card that offers a balance between performance and price. When choosing a graphics card, it is important to consider your needs and budget. If you are a casual user who only uses the computer for basic tasks, an integrated graphics card will suffice. However, if you are a power user who uses the computer for demanding tasks such as gaming and video editing, a dedicated graphics card such as the GTX or Radeon RX series will provide the best performance. And that concludes our ultimate guide to computer hardware. We hope this guide has provided you with a comprehensive understanding of computer hardware and helped you make informed decisions when choosing components for your computer system.